Solana Price Prediction. Holders are in for a huge surprise. Did you know that Solana is on the verge of launching an upgrade that could change everything? For investors, for developers, and maybe even for the price? If you have SOL in your wallet, this affects you directly and you definitely don't want to react too late. Because at the end of the video, I'll show you concrete price scenarios that many still consider impossible. Stay tuned or you'll miss out on what real insiders have known for a long time. Welcome to 10x by Marius, the place for honest, data-driven altcoin analysis. Why is Solana, despite its billion-dollar valuation, still below its true potential? Let's find out now. By the way, why is no one talking about what's happening behind the scenes right now? Solana isn't just one of the fastest blockchains in the world. With 65,000 transactions per second, it leaves Ethereum far behind, but at just a fraction of Ethereum's fees. So what makes Solana special right now? Over 86% of the tokens are already in circulation, hardly any dilution, a clear roadmap with major events like Breakpoint 2025, huge market opportunities in DeFi, NFTs, and Web3. With low transaction costs. And the best part, according to my data-driven 10x formula, Solana achieves a score of over 84%, which is one of the highest ratings. Stay tuned and I'll show you how high the Solana price could go if Solana were to capture just 2% of the global market share. So grab yourself a coffee, leave a like, and then let's go. But a quick disclaimer, my channel is not financial advice, it's purely for informational purposes. So let's start with the market update. Solana currently has a market capitalization of 75 billion. That makes it a high cap altcoin. Thanks to the Solana ETF, we see enormous potential. Here, 7, strong but not unlimited. Then, how many tokens are already on the market? 86% of the tokens are already on the market. This minimizes the risk of dilution since almost all tokens are already out there. 9. What does Solana's roadmap look like? Solana plans to double the block space and introduce new consensus algorithms in 2025. The goals are clear and realistic, and in the past, they have executed their roadmap solidly and have been very reliable based on previous successes. 9. How strong is the team behind Solana? Anatoly and Ray are experienced former Qualcomm and ex-Dropbox members. They lead Solana, and their expertise makes the project reliable. Strong 9. Which narratives does Solana actually serve? Specifically, the focus is on speed and low costs. That is perfectly positioned in the DeFi sector, and also for the NFT trends of the time as well as meme coins. The narrative is strong and future-proof. 9. What problem does Solana actually solve? Solana aims to solve the problem of scalability with up to 65,000 transactions per second, and all that at minimal cost. That is a game changer for DeFi. Here's number 10. How sustainable is Solana? Solana uses proof of stake. A transaction consumes as much energy as a few Google searches. Super environmentally friendly. By the way, how important is sustainability to you when it comes to altcoins? Leave a comment. Definitely a strong 9 here. What about investors and capital? With over 75 billion in market capitalization, the roadmap is secured, so they are in an extremely strong financial position. 10. Next, competitors. Well, Solana mainly competes with Ethereum, of course, but also with Avalanche and Polkadot. With its speed and low transaction costs, however, it has advantages, especially in its current market position. By the way, I've already analyzed Ethereum, Polkadot, and Avalanche as well. I'll put those analyses in the comments. And feel free to check out my playlist in the 10x universe. There, I have many other interesting altcoin analyses. Have fun with it. Here, definitely a strong 8. Marketing. Solana uses partnerships, such as with Visa, but also events like Formula 1 and has a huge presence on social media. That boosts visibility. 9. How easy is Solana to understand? A fast, low-cost blockchain as an alternative to Ethereum. Very easy to understand, even though the technology is, of course, complex. 8. What is Solana's long-term vision? Solana wants to become the leading Web3 platform with continuous upgrades and ecosystem growth. That's convincing. 9. So what about the tokenomics? Does it have deflationary mechanisms, a max supply? Solana is not necessarily deflationary, but rather has an annual inflation rate of 8%. Of course, this is due to staking mechanisms, but in the long term, it will drop to 1.5%. However, this only protects the value to a limited extent. So in this area, only a 5. Next, what is the fully diluted market capitalization? Only 1.16 times the market cap. That shows only a slight overvaluation. Still strong. 9. What about liquidity, meaning the volume? The trading volume is currently at 2.5 billion. That's 3.3% of the market capitalization. Superb liquidity. By the way, if you want to buy Solana or other altcoins, I recommend Mexi, my favorite exchange. Why? It's affordable and has the most altcoins. No other altcoin exchange has as many altcoins. That's why I really recommend you create an account early so you're ready. And feel free to use my link below. By doing so, you support my channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and you'll even get a $20 bonus when you sign up. You can find all the information in the highlighted comment. In this area, a strong 9. Then, how was the token distribution? Were there any lockup periods? What was it like in the beginning? With vesting, meaning lockup periods, and staking, the distribution was fair. And the lockup periods also prevented early sales. How concentrated are the top coin holders in Solana? Here, there's only a moderate concentration, which is good. For example, with exchanges, there aren't any major holders, but rather many small holders. That reduces the risk of manipulation. 7. So, what is the utility of the SOL token? Solana is used for DeFi, NFTs, gaming, and staking, and of course, payments as well. Extremely versatile. 10. Let's move on to the community. Over 2 million followers on X, active Discord and Telegram channels, and events like hackathons all show an engaged community. Are you a Solana fan too? Leave a comment with the hashtag SOL in the comments. There's a lot of curiosity here. So, what events are coming up this year? It's extremely important to have visibility. In 2025, Solana wants to expand the blog space, in fact, to double it. And they're releasing new consensus algorithms. That could boost adoption. 8. After this analysis, it's clear to me that Solana should not be underestimated. With a rating of 85.9%, it has reached the top tier of my ranking list. My 10x formula highlights strengths like the community, scalability, and also utility. The ETF and the strong roadmap make Solana a game changer for 2025. Now let's move on to price scenarios. Can Solana break the $1,000 mark in 2025? So grab yourself a coffee and let's dive into the Solana price scenarios together. We're going to look at 4 scenarios. Here, in case the entire crypto market reaches $5, $7, or $10 trillion, imagine you're facing the big decision of whether Solana is the next big opportunity for you. It's 2025 and the crypto world is in crisis. Regulations are hitting hard, investors are cautious, and Solana's market share is shrinking. That means prices of around $192. But if the entire crypto market could rise up to $100 trillion, $290 would be possible. Sounds disappointing, doesn't it? But even in my worst case scenario, Solana could remain stable thanks to its strong community and solid technology. Let's move on to the normal scenario. Yes, this one is already more realistic for this year. Imagine the entire crypto market grows steadily and Solana maintains its current market share. Also imagine DeFi platforms are booming, meme coins are exploding, Solana is everywhere. That could result in prices ranging from $250 to nearly $500 in a $10 trillion market. Not bad, right? But now it gets really exciting. Let's move on to the optimistic scenario. It's 2025, the Solana ETF is exploding, institutions are pumping billions into Solana, and Solana's market share keeps climbing higher and higher. Imagine DeFi projects like Serum are growing rapidly, and Solana overtakes all other competitors like Ethereum or Avalanche. That would bring prices from $280 to over $700. Can you imagine what our portfolio would look like then? This is the opportunity we've all been dreaming of. But now it gets even more extreme. Hold on tight. This is the extremely optimistic scenario. The crypto market is exploding. Solana becomes the leading Web3 platform and its market share keeps rising. Solana is used worldwide for gaming, payments, and in the DeFi sector. And everyone wants a piece of it. That means prices from $385 to over $1,000. Yes, that's $1,000 per SOL. But here's the hidden factor. Solana's new consensus algorithms could accelerate adoption even further. What do you think? Is 1,000 realistic? But why could Solana's market share grow so much? Well, ETFs, DeFi, scalability, all of that makes Solana unique. Compared to Ethereum, Solana has extremely low transaction costs and more speed. That could be a game changer. Now that you know about Solana's potential, by the way, I'll also link you to another altcoin analysis here. That one also has massive potential. Why? You'd better find that out for yourself. So, see you in the next video.